guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Letitia and this is That's So Letitia. And to all of my new viewers, supporters, subscribers, welcome guys, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy the content. And to all of my returning viewers, supporters, and subscribers, welcome back guys. As always, it is a pleasure to see you. Without further ado, let's jump right into this video. So for today's video, we are going to explore a Valentine's Day date night appropriate look. Now, not all of us celebrate Valentine's Day, and that's totally fine. So if you are one that does not, you can honestly serve this look for any date night, any night out, any girls' night, like it's totally up to you. So let's get started. First and foremost, I always start with a primer. One Size Secure the Sweat primer is what I have been gravitating towards. But yeah, this one has been my winter favorite. Now that I have on the primer, I'm going to move ahead with the color correcting Huda Beauty Faux Filter Color Corrector in shade Papaya. And I'm just blending out the color corrector using a brush from the Makeup Shack. This is a T29 brush. And now to set the color corrector, I'm going to use by Fenty Beauty. This is the Instant Retouch Setting Powder in shade Nutmeg. I like to use a powder that is very close to my complexion. And for foundation, I'm going to use by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation. Shade I wear in this is 6W. This is the newest complexion product by the brand, and I must say, this is by far my favorite complexion product thus far from them. It dries down matte. It is definitely long wearing. And when they say second skin, I agree. You can barely, or at least I can barely even feel the foundation on my face after I've applied it. And that is definitely a plus in my book, because I don't necessarily want to have to feel all the layers of the makeup that I have on my face. When I do, and maybe this is just me, but I tend to start feeling very suffocated and ready to just wash my face within a matter of an hour or so of having it on, if I can actually feel the makeup on my face, if that makes sense. And now moving on to concealers, I am going to use, this is the Lifter Stick by Maybelline. It is a multi-use face stick. The shade I'm going to use is 65. This is what it looks like. This is the actual product. I'm going to apply it to the areas where I would normally use concealer. I was on a hunt for this, oh my gosh, honestly for at least about a month. In my area, all of the Walgreens, all of the Targets, all of the CVS's, all of the places had the display, but none of them actually had the product. And I was so pissed because I didn't want to purchase offline and not necessarily like the shade that I got. So let's see, this will be my absolute first time applying this product. Okay, so I'm looking at this product, and it is extremely close to my skin tone, which is nice, I guess. So what I'm going to do is use this first, and then I'm going to follow up with a additional concealer, because this is not necessarily marketed as a concealer. This is marketed as a multi-use face stick, which means I would assume that some people can use this instead of a foundation. They could use it more or less like a skin tint. I purchased it for the sole purposes of using it more or less as another form of a concealer. But the shade that I got, it's very close to my complexion, which is fine. So I'm just going to blend this out and see where we are. And there's definitely some shine there. I know this is a bit hydrating. And now I'm just going to apply a concealer on top. However, because I've already applied the lifter stick, I'm going to leave my concealer very minimal. The concealer I'm going to use, this is also by Maybelline. This is a Instant Age Rewinder eraser concealer, and this shade is 146.5. And then I also purchased a lifter stick in what would be considered like a bronzer shade for me. This one is in shade 75. So I'm just going to apply this to the outer perimeter. And then definitely here. And now we're just going to begin to blend out the concealer. And this is just using a blending brush by Real Technique. And now we're going to begin to start setting all of these various cream products and liquid products. I'm going to first use by Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder in Peach Pie. And I'm going to apply it using my Amazon issued powder puff. Love how even just a little bit of this powder on your face just begins to start melting into any sort of liquid products that you have, and it doesn't take away from the coverage that those products give, but it definitely removes the oil base or the shine from it. And it goes on top of the deeper shaded Maybelline lifter stick quite well. And now to set my entire face, I'm going to use by One Size Beauty. This is the Ultimate Blurring Setting Powder in shade Dark Deep. And I'm just going to apply it using a pointed powder brush by e.l.f. Cosmetics. So I'm going to use a palette that I have already. This is one of those shop your stash moments. If you have it, good. If you don't, they're available at Ulta. This is by Natasha Denona. This is the My Dream palette. love this palette. Don't bring her out as often as I used to, but this is still a very, very good palette to own. So I am first going to go in with this shade here, which is called Nurture. And I'm going to apply using a Morphe M504 brush. And there is no currently no shadow primer needed, because when I blended out my concealers, I did drag it up to kind of help set the tone for my shadow. And Nurture was pretty much like a transition shade. Now I'm going to go in with this shade, which is called Aspiration. And I'm going to use a different brush, one that is a little bit more controllable. This is a T64 brush by the Makeup Shack. Applying it to the back V. Just kind of stamping it in. I'm going to flick it upward towards my brow bone. And now what I'm going to do is take a Makeup Shack T37 brush, and I'm going to clean up some of where we applied the Aspiration shade. This is where if you have a crease, you're blessed. Just freeing up some space here. And this is where if you have a crease, it comes in handy. If not, and you have very hooded lids, swollen lids like myself, this is where we fight for our life. And it's okay. I've learned to deal with it. It's okay. Or you can kind of tilt your head back and search for your socket that way. Or just, if you hold your head back, use a mirror to just kind of see where your eye kind of bulges. For me, I look for that space, but then I tend to go a little bit above it, just because when you put your head back down, see how right there really isn't that much space to work with. When I put my head back down, I lose quite a bit of eye space, so that's why I go above it. And now I'm going to take Carpe Diem, the shade here. We can actually stick with the T37 brush since it is damp just a little bit because of the concealer. And I'm going to take Carpe Diem and go along the top of where we applied the concealer. I'm not going to bring it all the way down, however. And then I'm also going to apply it towards the back. We're going to take the shade here, which is called Unity, the shade here, and we're going to apply that towards the front of where we applied the concealer. You can actually take it up to meet where we applied Carpe Diem. Black eyeliner, lower waterline. Now using a smudge brush, I'm going to go back into Aspiration, and I'm going to mix it with Blackest Black, and I'm just going to apply that very lightly beneath the black liner. And moving on to lips, I will be using Beat by MAC Cosmetics. B-E-E-T is the spelling. And to fill it in, I will be using the Lip Snatcher Velvet Flex Cream and Cushion Gloss Lip Duo by One Size Beauty. And then on top, this is called the Cushion Gloss. This is very pearl-esque. It's very, very pretty. Alright guys, this is the final look. Off camera, I applied some 3/4 length lashes by Eyelure. I enjoy using a half or 3/4 length strip lashes just because I have a hooded lid. A lot of my shadow look tends to get hidden behind a full strip lash. So these give me a little bit of business in the front, party in the back. I like that. And yeah, so there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Again, if you do not celebrate Valentine's Day, I totally understand, but this is a look that you can feel free to pull off at any time that you feel like doing so. This here is bomb. I like this. I was so excited when I went to Sephora and they had this on sale. Gonna go back and visit again to see if they have any more of these left. I like it because it's a 2-in-1. I'm really enjoying the fact that a lot of makeup brands are bringing out multi-use products where you can use everything at once, or you can kind of mix and match and use what works best for you at any given time. So the Lip Velvet, you can use that by itself. It's still a very beautiful, vibrant shade, or if you want to pump up the base on that look, you can then apply the lip gloss on top. That is a little bit of like a pearl-esque finish. Love that for this look. And as always, in the description box below, there's going to be a complete list of all products used to achieve this look. And if you guys have made it this far and you have not subscribed, what are we waiting on? Now is the time to hit that subscribe button, and if you are a subscriber, make sure to hit the notification bell, so hopefully at some point YouTube will continue to push out notifications to all who have that bell pushed. And guys, with that being said, continue to be well, stay safe, exercise self-care. It is not a privilege, but a necessity. Definitely in the time and age that we are living in, make sure to take care of yourself. Can't stress that enough. We definitely have to preserve our mental health, our physical health, and just make sure that we are in a good head space and spiritual space. We only get one of these. We have to take care of it as best as we possibly can. Make sure to check in on your strong friends after you check in with yourself. And until next time, we shall chat again soon.